Matt Ridley joined with Craig Miller, and Labrador, they've driven up the M1 to be here today at Cashees Park. Redland's overcast conditions, and as you can see on the screen, the ground is a little heavy underfoot. Craig, I'm actually tipping that the Tigers will be fairly competitive today, although they are missing the captain. A late change, Ryan Davey, is out.
Yeah, it's a big out for the Labrador Tigers. They're a chance. I think Redlands will probably have the firepower up forward though, but tipping is going to be a very close game in these tough conditions.
So Noble and Reynolds to do the ruck work. Give that to Noble, who will look there for Rick White. Salter from the half-forward flank, and the umpire says, I'll have it. Are we expecting any rain today?
Well, mate, it's been sprinkling all morning, and as you can see by the state of the ground, it's extremely heavy underfoot, probably 3 or 4 inches of rain overnight, so it is heavy conditions, but I don't think we're going to get a big downpour.
We expect Redlands to win this one, but you never know in the NEAFL Northern Conference if Labrador are on their game. As Greg Seaton-Lonsdale said throughout the week, he reported to the media that Redland need to play at their best here to make sure they get the 4 points. Reynolds just gets them going forward. Burke off the ground. That was clever. So this is Rick White. On the left, just over the top of Zufa. Gets to half forward. Comes spilling out towards Garing, number 8 on screen. Godfrey. Now back to White. Again on the left, Boots. Just over the top of the leading Goldsmith. Over the boundary line and out of bounds. So Rick White started well. Had 22 touches last week against Southport, and he's already had 3 today.
Yeah, he's a quality player. He's played state footy this year for the Northern Conference, and he's definitely one that Redlands will have to watch out on this far wing.
They sit 7th on the ladder, the Bombers. 2 games outside the 8, so they need to win here just to keep in touch with that top 5, I should say, the final 5 in the NEAFL Northern Conference. So they're 2 games out. A win here would be pretty handy. We're 2 minutes in, first quarter. We're yet to see a score, but the Tigers are in attack. Looks like White will do the ruck work down forward. In fact, it's Goldsmith. Where are the Rovers here? Rees. And now Cass. What a week he had last week. 43 touches last week. He comes out of defence. Good work over the top from Boone. And now Salter whacks it on the boot and gets it forward. And that could be the call of the day here, Craig, just to get some momentum going forward.
Yeah, definitely, Riddler. I mean, these conditions are extremely heavy, as we've called earlier. It's just going to be bash and crash footy. Good old south of the border football today, I would have thought.
Reynolds again. Noble did well. Godfrey's handball was chopped off by White. Inboard got it to Stevenson. And now this is Durack. Long kick forward. But it's floated over the line and out of bounds.
Interesting matchup, Pullman and Goldsmith. So Pullman giving away a bit of height on Goldsmith, so that should be interesting battles today, Riddler.
So we see Stephen and Pullman in the half-back line. Pop it over the top. This will be the running Howard. So good run from full-back here. Is Byrne to Zufa. So Dylan Byrne got it to Daniel Zufa, the loping left footer. He goes inside 50. The lead came out from Josh Pullman, the co-captain. Boone. Back to Byrne from 55 metres, but it's all the Tigers.
Poor kick, poor kick.
Sammy Follin it is, who brings it out to White. He's been one of those stalwarts, Sammy Follin, but he's yet to have a real cracking season at the Tigers. A long kick. Oh, nice mark from Pullman. Came from the side. I think the kick was intended for Stevenson, but Pullman's kick, that's nice. Salter. Too far out to score here, though, the Grogan medalist.
Plenty of Tigers back inside this defensive 50.
4 minutes in, first quarter. Told to play on. 60 out. Pops it in, and as you said, Craig, but coming in from the side, Pullman. So the Tigers had 3 or 4 there, and just needed to get some body on Pullman to make sure he wasn't in the contest. Nice mark.
I would have thought Jason Fennell would be extremely disappointed with that effort there. As you said, Riddler, 4 Tigers, and Pullman come from behind and took quite a simple mark in the end.
He should make no mistake here. Pullman comes in. 2 goals, 4 last week. And he has just got this one. Yes! They've got the first of the day. So the first score, a major score, 5 minutes in. And Pullman has the first one on the board. That's a start that Seton Lonsdale wanted.
Yeah, it was, and I think obviously there's a bit of a ploy from the Tigers to send Noble back behind the ball and try and clog up some of that space in front of big Josh Pullman. But Jordan Bain up there at centre-half forward for Redland, so they've got a few leading options and they're going to need every bit of big Noble to be filling a few of those holes.
5 minutes in, first quarter. Matt Ridley joined with Craig Miller. And the Bombers are on the board, courtesy of Josh Pullman, the co-captain. He's got his first. Ball back in the middle. White's in there again, number 10. So too Rees and Godfrey. And the umpire says, I'll have it. We'll see a bit of this today, won't we? The secondary bounce and a throw in and then another bounce.
Yeah, it's just those types of conditions. A bit of spot in the game is that no love lost between these two sides.
Over the top there was Reynolds. Good work, Stephen. And now Rees. He's got room to move. He's got Godfrey running for him. 1-2, back in board. Bradley Rees goes for home. Yes! Champagne footy. Bombers on top early.
Yeah, great goal there from Brad Rees. He gave the handballs out to Godfrey. Probably could have kept going himself there, but he chose to go out wide and then Godfrey good enough to get it back to him. That's a classy finish from the in and under midfielder in Brad Rees.
So goals to Godfrey and, Rees. My apologies, so Rees and Pullman. 2 straight, plays no score. Good start here. They were a little sluggish early. But they put the afterburners on. There's Toddy Featherston. Pumps them inside 50, but Brewer gets back there to mark. Blake Brewer to Peaver Wright. A penetrating kick over the top of the Salter, but he'll get there first. Close to the boundary line, that's clever. Gets away from Durack and then kicks him towards half forward. And a kick came from the Tigers' defence. I think that was Nick Upton. Getting back there was Howard. So it'll be Thompson, who tumbles their way inside 50. Folan was there. Handball came from Burke. Durack. There's Godfrey again. Featherston in and under. It's his sort of conditions today, Toddy. He'll be looking to get 30 to 40 touches today, Toddy Featherston, the former Grogan medalist himself. He picks his opponent up off the deck and we get back underway. 7 minutes in. Free kick against Reynolds here. Noble gets the free kick. So from half back, Noble goes long. Handball to Garing, who was beset upon. Right in the middle of Cashies Park, Grayson. Grayson is, well, he got the free kick and then the advantage paid. And Gribben got them inside 50 and then a mark taken here by Goldsmith.
Yeah, the free kick there comes, I think it was from Boone that laid the tackle that he just held on too long and the Tigers had the advantage and Goldsmith well and truly out in front of Pullman on this occasion.
Any breeze to speak of, Craig?
Marginal out there. I mean, I don't think the breeze is going to play a massive part with a really heavy footy, but I mean, it's probably favouring the Tigers left of screen in this first quarter.
Nice kick too, though. I like that. Really penetrating kick there from Jake Goldsmith. And the Tigers are on the board, making sure they keep in contact here today. And that's what it's all about, being competitive. And at 3/4 time, reassess. You never know what might happen. The Bombers come in as raging favourites. 2 straight 12. Labrador a 1 straight 6, margin 6 points. I think we might have a game on our hands here today.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And there's we talk about emotions that play their part in the game of footy. It's the 50th anniversary of the Labrador Tigers tonight down at Jupiter's Casino. So it's a big day for the club. The reserves got up over Redlands convincingly, and I'm sure they're looking to do that again here in the seniors.
Margin just 6 points. 7 minutes in, first quarter. Godfrey for the Bombers. Gets the clearance. Pumps them towards Bain. Bain on the forward 50. Handball wasn't quite hitting the target. They're right in the pocket here. Tigers trying to create a stoppage. Thompson making sure of that, just dragging the ball in, so we'll have a bounce.
Yeah, it's been a good start by the Redland Bombers. They need to really get the 4 points today. It's a big game for them if they're going to push for finals.
Noble, and that time Bain in the ruck, and Boone sees it over the line out of bounds.
A big, interesting matchup down at centre forward for the Tigers. Riddler, Fraser Thurlow is probably one of the most dominant ruckmen in the competition, playing as a key forward today with Big Noble in the side. So that's an interesting battle between him and Peaver Wright.
So we're 10 minutes in, first quarter. Boundary throw in. Noble with the easy tap out, but Cass is all wrapped up. They might have a tag on Cass there. I think Grayson's running with him. after 43 touches last week in their win against the Sydney Hills Eagles, it's fair to say that Coach Jason Fennell keeping an eye on Cast today as the ball goes forward, minus score, just the point. So the first behind of the day, 2-1-13 to 1 straight 6, margin 7 points.
Folan with the ball to kick it in. Looks at Long, straight down the guts he goes. Noble in front, Goldsmith flies from behind. Push though, umpire says, on Sam Pullman against Trent Noble. So Trent Noble looking up, kicks it over the top, trying to find Featherston, he does. Featherston back, the former Grogan medalist, kicks it long inside. Rick White's the option. Zuffa does extremely well with a fist to Veering. Down to Zuffa again, he's caught high. Umpire says play on, no. Umpire down the ground has called the high contact on Daniel Zuffa. So Zuffa looks out wide to Reynolds. Reynolds on the outside has Stevens. Stevens looks up, chips it over the top for Pullman. In front was Grayson, down is Thompson, over the top. Has it got the legs? It has! So the Bombers get their third for the first quarter. 3-1-19 leading the Labrador Tigers 1-6. That's a great finish from Matty Thompson.
And perfectly. He was front and centre. He was in the perfect spot as a rover. I mean, sometimes he plays on the ball or in the middle, but as a forward pocket or a half-forward flanker, that's where you want to be. When it's wet conditions, you know that the ball's going to drop about 2 or 3 metres in front of the pack. And what a goal. And he kicked it from 45 for almost 50 out. Matty Thompson, great work. The Bombers have started well. 3-1-19 to 1 straight 6, margin 13 points. 12 minutes in first quarter.
Back in the middle, Travis Reynolds up against Trent Noble. Umpires throwing it up today with the boggy conditions. Clark tries to get the handball out. Not successful. Ball spills out the back. This is Folan. Cast in pursuit. Ball off the ground. Kicks it over to Doyle direction. He picks it up. Handballs out the back to Adam Clark. Chip over the top inside 50. Reynolds is there. Does well. In front of Rick White. Travis Reynolds kicks out. Trying to find Cast. From behind was Folan out the back. Cast again looking for Brewer. Sticky conditions on that side of the ground. Veering's in there. Umpire letting it go. Good umpiring. And he decides to ball it up. We've gone 12 minutes into the first term at Cashies Park.
Goals to Pullman, Rees and Thompson. They set up a 13-point lead. Approaching the midway stages as Burke whacks them inside 50. There's a chance here. Looks like Gribben. He might get a free kick here. No, it's a free kick against the Tigers, against Pullman. Featherston. And Pullman Sam goes out wider. And the Bombers looking to get their fourth one on the board here. They're at half back. Comes back to Pullman. Goes to full back. This is Wright. And his kick outside the defensive 50. Just getting a touch on it there was Goldsmith. Sonegold, though, couldn't quite get the handball over the top. Great tackle on Grayson, but he was strong enough. Got it back to Goldsmith. Short kick. Mark taken by Featherston. And Featherston has marked. It was Damien Stephen out there on the pocket that I couldn't quite pick up.
Poor checking from the Bombers.
They've gone forward here, Craig. Mark taken.
I think it's Liam Burke.
We'll see a shot on goal, the number 9.
No, it's not.
No.
Apologise, Garing.
Jeff Garing, number 8. You're close. And we have a shot on goal.
The handball goes over the top from Sondergill. The Bombers go inside 50. It's a funny game. Intercepted by Grace's good finish. I think he stuck it in.
Oh, gee, that was close, Craig. He's got it. Jeff Garing's got his first. Tigers have 2. And margin back to 7 points.
Yeah, it's been a good opening term, and
It has.
it's reasonably high scoring considering these boggy conditions here today. But as the rain's just sort of sprinkling away, but the Tigers they'd be very happy with their start.
7 points to margin. 19 plays 12. We wait the ball to come back in now. The rain just picking up a little bit. I can see some people in the crowd with the umbrellas up now, Craig. So let's hope that the rain stays away.
Yeah, it looks ominous though out in front of us. The weather tends to come from basically the bay side here down in Victoria Points, and I'm sure we're going to be in for a little bit of a shower very shortly.
Round 15, match of the round. The Tigers and the Bombers. White had a lot of time there. Godfrey to Salter. Gets them going forward. Oh, gee, nice strong mark taken here by Bain. 15 minutes in first quarter. Baines' kick, a tumbling one. I think Thompson was the intended target, but this is Folan. Another rebound 50. He had 7 rebound 50s last week. Doyle and now Clark. And they pump it out wider towards Thurlow, just running himself under it here, but the Tigers have the numbers. Gribben. Skip Gribben, inside 50.
Yeah, poor kick from Gribben there. Pullman just chopped that off.
And so he's got it at the back pocket and he swings it out wider and he's got Brad Rees, I think. He'll pop it over the top and he gets Salter, current Grogan medalist, chips inside, finds Zuffer, who's been in outstanding form for the Bombers in 2013. Inside to Brewer, chip over the top, good play from the Bombers. Thompson's out, he's got space. It's a good kick out in front of Pullman. Can he get to it? He can't. And good defence there from Bantoff to punch it over the line. Beautiful white picket fence down here at Cashees Park, Riddler, a new project that the Bombers initiated earlier this season, so full credit to them. Ball's thrown in. Bain does well. Down there, Boone's there. On the outside, he's got veering handball over the top to Stephen. Does well to keep it in. Folan, clever. Oh, well, he's got nowhere to go though, so he has to just rush his kick. It's smothered off the boot. Clark tries to kick it off the ground. Noble's in there. It's messy footy. Godfrey attacks the ball, does well. Good work from Stevens. He's wrapped up by Godfrey in a great tackle. That's good passage of play. Good contest. Good work by Godfrey too, not to give away the free kick. We see a lot in this day and age when a player goes down there with the ball in hand, that the tackler seems to get them too high. So good smart footy there by Godfrey. Now the race is on. Right in the middle of cashees.com.au park.
Oh, good tackle.
Great tackle there on Goldsmith. And we'll have a bounce down. Sammy Pullman, the tackler. He's been busy.
He has been. He started extremely well, as has Todd Grayson across half-back for the Tigers too. So
keep an eye on Salter here. He's a kick behind the play if the Bombers get it, but it's the Tigers. An inside 50. Zuffer gets there first. A former Brisbane Lion puts his teammate there a burn under some pressure. Good work there by Thurlow. Now Salter. Handball over the top to Burn. Was that high? No. 50 out from goal for the Tigers. We'll have a bounce down, and we're midway through the first quarter. 3-1-19 to 2 straight. Redland Bombers lead by 7 points, but here come the Tigers. It spills out towards Featherston. He might get a free kick, Upton. He does.
Yep, he did.
Might be too far out to score though,
I think it's Angus Watts here. No, it's Nick Upton. I do apologise there for our view. So he's 48 metres out. In the back there was young Stephen, so he's a bit stiff. Stevens probably right on his measure here, I would have thought, Riddler. He's going to have to kick this with a heavy ball every bit of 50 metres. Left footer. Likely type, comes in. Gets good purchase on the footy. Pushes out to that left-hand side. So another behind, 2-1-13. The Labrador Tigers trail the Bombers 3-1-19. We've gone 18 minutes into the first term.
Zuffer brings it in. Short kick finds Jones. Over the top to Paxman. Now to Howard. So Howard at half-back. 18 minutes in first quarter.
Oh,
Noble worked hard to get to that, but Josh Pullman,
ice-like hands in these slippery conditions.
attacking side of halfway. His side leads by a straight kick. Beautiful kick. Well weighted. Mark taken here. Looks to play on.
Tyler Jones.
Jones it is. So Jones has ran a long way down here.
He has. He's a good young player from Mackay. He's been in the NEAFL system for the last couple of years and really starting to cement his spot as a regular player in this Redlands outfit. 19
minutes in, first quarter, margin 6. Can Jones extend it to 12 from 47 metres? Goal umpire, skips to the left. That's a goal. Great kick. They've got their 4th on the board. We're approaching time on. 4-1-25. 2-1-13, margin 12 points. Jones has got his first, and well, that's a good kick there into a bit of a breeze. We're feeling that breeze now, Craig, in the commentary box.
Yeah, he's a product of the Scorpions program, the under-18s Queensland program, and as I said, he's been in the system for a couple of years, and the Bombers starting to reap some rewards of some recruitment out of Mackay. But he's out on the wing there, so that's an interesting matchup with Walker. I'm sure they're going to have to tighten up in this sort of last 10 minutes of this quarter. So 20 minutes in now, first quarter, 112 points. The Bombers lead 4-1 to 2-1. Noble in the ruck against Paxman. Featherstone is there.
The Bombers try and work their way out of that. The umpire might have to do some work here. But good stuff, letting it go, that's good. Handball, I think, came out from Brown. And now a free kick. And they play on quickly here. White has to mop up some rubbish as Folan pumps them inside 50. Thurlow gets back. Wright did well. He's given away a free here.
He gave Thurlow a bit of a nudge just early in the contest, and umpire right on the mark there.
So, Fraser Thurlow has a chance to make it back, to get it back to a 6-point lead. What's he like in front of goal?
He's not the greatest kick in the world, to be honest, Riddler, but when he's on a set shot at goal, he's actually not too bad. So he's going to have to kick this 45 metres, though. On its way. Strikes it well. He struck it very well.
He's got it!
He has. So Thurlow gets his first for the afternoon and Labrador's third. 4-1-25, the Bombers lead the Tigers 3-1-19. We're 21 minutes into the first term at Cashees Park.
That's a good kick, and that's what you want to see. If Coach Jason Fennell, he's obviously making some sort of move and not using Thurlow in the ruck. He's using him practically one out in the square, really, against Wright. And if he puts all his eggs in one basket like that, he needs Thurlow to kick those goals, and that's what he's done, and that's good to see. The Tigers, they're such a proud club.
Since he moved from Southport, Labrador being prepared to play him as a key position forward, which is great, and they're actually reaping some rewards from that move. So with Noble in, they can afford the luxury of playing him forward. Featherstone
with the clearance out of the middle. Just over the top there, good tackle. A handball came out from Cast to Godfrey. Salter, just with some ease, gets away from his opponent. He might have to mop up a skew with handball. Now Godfrey, kick, mark taken by the Tigers. In Durack, swings it out wider to Doyle. Doyle from the defensive 50. That's a long kick and a good kick. He's got Thurlow. 75 from home. Lays it off to Gribben, or it might be Ford out there. It is Ford. His kick was smothered. Now Thurlow on the opposite foot. Not quite kept past Byrne and Howard. And now Brewer. Pops it over the top. He's got Pringle.
Pringle, centre wing, on the far side at Cashees Park. He looks up. There's big Nobles behind the ball. He's kicked it straight to the man too. So sitting back, he's dropped what he should have taken. He's got him high too in Thompson. So Matty Thompson played that extremely well and uncharacteristic like for Trent Noble to drop pretty much a formality in a mark. But Thompson, it's not a big kick for goal.
Just took his eyes off the footy.
Yeah, I think he did right at the last moment there.
He sort of handballed it to the rover before he took the mark there.
Here comes Thompson. Doesn't want to get too close to the 203 centimetre giant. He strikes it. Has he got the legs? It looks like it might do. Oh, it's touched right on the line there by the Tigers. So poor coverage from the Bombers to not have someone on that last line. 4-2-26. The Bombers lead the Tigers 3-1-19. We've gone 23 minutes.
Folan from full back. Got a lot of purchase on that. Here's Jones. Squares it up to Brewer. Risky kick, but it might come off here. Godfrey dispossessed. Now the kick from the Tigers towards Goldsmith. Got high. Jones again, doing a lot of work. He's got a big tank. Godfrey to right. Through the middle of Cashees Park. Kick was partly smothered off the boot. Noble overran it. Stephen. And I think Kieran Daly at the bottom of the pack there, no?
Peter Wright just needed to go to the longer option. He tried to go spot up the kick at half forward there. He needed to bomb it long and get deep inside.
It was Tom Cayley. And now Cass from 40. Squares himself up. That's a good kick to the teeth of goal. Again, just off hands. So they've had some chances to extend this lead. The two minor scores, 4-3-27 to 3-1-19, margin 8 points, 24 minutes in. Matt Ridley with Craig Miller.
Matty Clark kicks to himself, long thumping left foot kick. It's a beauty too, out the direction of Goldsmith and Noble. Punch came well from behind from Pullman. In there, out. This is Daly in for his first game for the year. Brewer out the back looking for Howard. He fumbles. Daly does well. Well, handballs into Featherstone. Slippery footy, heavy conditions. Ball spills out, Howard's there, Featherstone wraps him up. Bear-like hug, and the umpire balls it up.
I've noticed on a couple of occasions that the smaller Tigers midfielders and maybe some halfback flankers, they're not getting front and centre of the ball at the ball drop. They're not winning those little clearances when there's a contest up high, Craig.
Brewer on his left foot, kicks inside to a 2-on-1. Noble's there, Pringles does well. Down was Upton, he did well to steal it back. This is Bantoff, he does well. Kicks out the wide, Jones. He's had a good 5 or 6 minutes. The far wing, too far out to score. Umpire says play on. Decides to chip over the top to Brewer. Had too much purchase on it. We're out of bounds 60 metres out from the Redland line.
Plenty of players getting back here. There's close to about 32 of the 36 out there in the one half at the moment. So this will be interesting to see where this goes. A kick over the top. Can't get over Pullman. He can't quite mark it though. He gets back in time. The trusty left footer, look at that. Straight down the throat of Big Reynolds on centre wing. Short kick.
Veering with the footy, looks up, kicks down to Pullman, bashes into the back of Stevens. Stevens did well there with courage, gets the free kick. Oh no, it's the other way. So he's paid the free kick, Bantoff pushing Pullman into the back of Stevens, and for not giving the ball back, he's got 50 metres, so Pullman's going to line up 13 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Handball's over the top, looking for Boone. Boone does well, gets on his boot, so they're fortunate there, the Bombers. It wasn't pretty. They get the end result and they kick their 5th goal for the first term. 5-3-33, lead the Labrador Tigers 3-1-19, 26 minutes gone in the first term, Riddler.
I'm not sure what was happening there with Pullman. I mean, you're a full forward, just go back and kick the goal. You're 10, 12 metres out, not even that. Don't handball it, son, get yourself another goal. They were lucky to get away with that.
Yeah, they were. It was very, very sloppy play. I mean, the intent was right, but in these heavy conditions, it's playing with 5, but unfortunate they did get the end result.
And they probably deserve to be about 14 points up at quarter time. We're approaching that quarter time line. We're 27 minutes in. Haven't got much battery there left, Craig. You better look at that quarter time. We need the clock. Ball comes forward for the Tigers. Can they get a late one? This is Big White. Slips over at a crucial stage, but got a handball out. Zuffa. Getting here is Tom Cayley. Close to the line. Goldsmith sees it over the line, out of bounds. 27 minutes in first quarter. Margin 14 points. Redland Bombers lead 5-3 to 3-1. Tigers are in attack though. Zuffa will go off the ground. Folan will go hard at Salter. Wanting a free kick there is Grayson, and he eventually gets it. So Todd Grayson, 2 kicks from goal. Plays on in the sloppy ground here at Cashies Park towards the true full forward position.
Oh,
Beaver right, great mark. And then he plays on quickly, gets it to Salter.
Out to Salter. Salter looks up, had Thompson, chose not to go to him. Hasn't got any options up forward, so he has to chip in board. He's got the numbers here though in Stephen. He can go inside if he wanted to Veering. He elects to kick down the line. Pringle's the target. Pullman's there. This is Cass, kicked 3 last week on his left foot. This is going to be a foot race. Pringle's quick. Loves it when he's in front. Can he collect it? He's going to, and he kicks his 6th. So he kicks a 6th goal for the Bombers. Pringle's first for the afternoon. The margin's out to 20 points. 6-3-39, the Bombers leading the Tigers 3-1-19. That's a good finish from Zane Pringle.
Didn't show a clean pair of heels there, just running away from his opponent. And I think Mick Upton it was caught off guard for speed.
Just good play by Salt. I mean, he didn't have many options. He waited, he drew the defenders, looks in board, and then the Bombers are away. So it was good play there from the current Grogan medalist.
6-3 plays 3-1. They got within 6 points there up until the 19-minute mark. In fact, the 26-minute mark they got within 6 points. Out to 20 points now, the margin. Approaching quarter time, 29 minutes in. Thompson, Cass, a little bit of an up and under. They might pay
good
this.
Contest.
Pringle and Grayson there, showing a lot of courage. Good tackle that time by Upton. Nobody getting the clean possession out here. Attacking side of halfway for the Bombers. Good umpiring. I like the umpiring so far. Letting it go. Waiting to see what happens. It might spill out. It's good to see.
Umpire in the middle. Thurlow, Reynolds. Reynolds gets the better of it. Out the back. White is wrapped up. Umpire said you held on to him though. So Tommy Salter just holding on to Liam Burke. He's been good early, Burke. Pie blows time on. 29.5 minutes gone in this first term, approaching the first break. Burke out wide. He's got Clark out there, had space, chips over the top to White. He's a left footer, he'll want to come inboard. He does. Kicks it long down, it's a shocking kick though. He finds Thurlow though. Thurlow drops what he should have taken, kicks inside. Direct opponent in Pullman. Goldsmith out the back, here's Gribben. Kicks it over his shoulder, has he got the legs?
Oh, what a goal! Fantastic!
So Skip Gribben's kicked a beauty. Kicks his first for the afternoon. And the Labrador Tigers fourth. Redland Bombers 6-3-39, leading the Tigers 4-1-25. And it can't be too much time left.
Mate, that is an absolute cracker in these conditions, in a pocket where the breeze probably isn't favouring you. Whacks it on the right boot, got it to a perfect spot, right in the middle of the goals. It was really hard for the defender to get a hand on it before it went through for a goal. Great stuff. Skip Gribben, not only the goal of the day, but son, you've got the best name of the day. Skip Gribben, good on you, you've got your first of the day. 4-1-25 to 6-3-39, margin 14 points. Can the Tigers get another late one here, Craig?
White kicks it off the ground forward. This has been an interesting battle between Pullman. Oh, it's a bit soft that one, but he's a bit stiff, Sam Pullman, out the bit to Goldsmith. 31 minutes gone. Kicks it long inside, there's the siren. The first term here at Cashies Park, and it's the Redland Bombers leading by 14 points, 6-3-39, leading the Tigers 4-1-25. The goal kickers for the first term, Brad Reese with one, Matt Thompson, Josh Pullman, Zane Pringle, Tyler Jones and Adam Boone for the Bombers. And for the Tigers, Garing, Thurlow, Goldsmith and Gribben kicking all single goals in the first term. Riddler, it's been an entertaining first quarter.
Great quarter of footy, 14 points the margin. Come back shortly. We'll be back for the second term of this round 15 battle.
Welcome back to Cashies Park. Matthew Ridley joined by Craig Miller here in the commentary box on a miserable afternoon here in southeast Queensland under very, very heavy conditions. We had a lot of rain last night, and you can see that in the heavy conditions underfoot for all the players today. It's the Redland Bombers 6-3-39 leading the Labrador Tigers 4-1-25 as we get the second quarter underway.
Thanks, Craig. Ball in the middle. Tigers to the right. Noble and Reynolds. Where are the Rovers? There's one of them, Thompson. He sort of dived on that a little bit. Umpire says no. Let's do it all again. All single goal kickers out there for the Bombers. Pullman, Reese, Thompson, Jones, Boone and Pringle. While for the Tigers, Goldsmith, Garing, Thurlow and a cashies.com.au. Goal of the day to Skip Gribben as we approach the quarter time siren there. So margin just 14 points. They're well in this. Rick White, someone trying to get it out of here. We've been going 40 seconds into this second quarter. Not much happening.
So that rain's starting to come down now and that breeze really starting to blow towards left of screen, so favouring the Bombers in this second term. Reynolds, Noble, outstanding down to Stevens, kicks up centre forward, good attack by Kieran Daly, does well off the ground. Matty Clark should collect, he doesn't, Pringle's in there. So he does well, Pringle. He's wrapped up though by Clark, good tackle. Umpire comes in to ball it up. It's a lively start, big Trent Noble back in today. Up against Reynolds. Gets contact early, Reynolds. Does out to Reese. Reese does well. In pursuit is Burke. Boone does well. He's wrapped up though by Burke. Another baller. 2 minutes into the second term. Cashies Park. Reynolds does well in the back of Noble. Ball spills down. Clark does well to gather. He's wrapped up though. And another baller. Matty Clark slow to get back up. Umpires throwing it up all around the ground today. Reynolds does well. Rick White attacks the footy. He's wrapped up by the Bombers. Ball spills out. In there is Walker. In Stevenson. Might be in trouble here. Another umpire comes in. So it's our fourth ball up in the space of 30 seconds, Matty.
Yeah, a little sluggish here to begin the second quarter. Mind you, the umpiring has been pretty good today so far. Pretty impressed.
Just letting it go, Matty. So it's good. I mean, it's a common sense approach to some parts of our game, and it's sitting on the boundary line, right on the line. So the hit-outs are going to be enormously high today for the ruckman.
Ball goes up. We're 3 minutes in now, second quarter. Godfrey keeps it in. Cast, as he always does, another clearance. Burke gets back, takes the mark. Liam Burke. He assumes the role of a one Nick Stockdale
Good
that we
mark.
saw many years ago for the Tigers. That's who he reminds me of, Burke. He reminds me of a Nick Stockdale. This is White. Pumps them towards the forward 50, but Jones had a beautiful first quarter. Out wider. This looks like a Daly. Towards centre wing now for the Bombers, but it's Burke again.
Grayson, it was on that occasion,
Grayson,
Matty.
thanks, mate. So close to the boundary line there at half forward. It'll come back to Jones. So margin 14 points. 4 minutes in. Second quarter. No mark taken there by Durack. Now the Tigers under pressure. Grayson again. Oh, there's Clark. Just pickpocketing his opponent. And then squares it up to Doyle. You better kick it soon. Doyley. His kick wasn't the best. And now there's a bounce down. 55 metres out. Ball goes up. And now a kick towards the middle. Mark taken, unopposed, is Nick Upton in the middle of Cashies Park. And he plays on quickly. Brewer in the front spot. Good work there from Goldsmith from behind. Free kick in the back. It'll be a Bombers free kick. 50 out.
That rain coming down now, Matty, so a lot of people ducking for cover here at Cashies Park.
This is Zuffa in the back pocket. We're yet to see a score in this second quarter. That's a beautiful kick. Pullman marked and then played on quickly. Lux of Fortune. Pringle now. 60 out from goal. Bit of an up and under. Boone in the box seat at the back. It's over the head. Oh, it's been given away, a free kick for a push. Oh, you've just lost your sheets there, Craig. I tried to catch them. So not only is the wind coming in here at the commentary box, so too is the breeze. So this is Grayson. Handball inboard to Doyle. We've got some work to do here. Burke's kick, not the best. But he should win a free kick, he does. So lucky there for the Tigers. Burke's got the free. Now to Sammy Folan. Folan, kick over the top. He's got Upton. So 6 minutes in. Upton is marked. He goes inboard. Grayson got the handball from Bantoff. Out wide to Clark. Now Doyle on centre wing.
So Doyle on half back, 65 metres out from the Bombers line, comes inside, it's dangerous kick. Thurlow, good enough to take it. Out wide, he's got Upton. It's been good early, Upton. Looks inside, left footer. Nice kick, hits up Featherstone. I think it was Jones from Stevens from behind. Wrapped up's Walker, good attack on the footy from both sides. Stevens still in there, wraps up Nick Upton, and umpire comes in to ball it up. Centre of Cashies Park. Rain falling now at Cashies Park, so slippery conditions. Noble out the back, good tap out to White. He'll look to come inside. Zuffa gets him high, umpire says play on. Godfrey, Stephen out the back to Reese. Reese in trouble though. Stephen's got time now, should find a target. It's a beautiful kick over the top to Pringle. Pringle plays on, kicks it just inside. Pullman's in front, does well, sticky hands, flicks out the back. Clark slips over. Veering's in there, playing half forward. Good hands out the back there from Bantoff. Umpire's called a free kick. I think he might have paid this the way of Veering, he has. For a throw. So he's picked a throw out there off the ball. Not sure how that's come out there, Riddler.
I don't know, but I'm glad we're going to see a shot on goal, Craig. It's taken 8 minutes to see the first shot on goal in this second quarter. But it gave us time to sort of cover in here because the wind is picking up and so too is the rain out there. So the margin 14 points in a low-scoring game. The Bombers have led all day. Can JV extend the margin from 40 out? Not the best of kicks, out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, the experienced Josh Fearing there, so obviously it's a telling sign. He's one of the best kicks in the competition. He does well, though, to chop the kick off. Probably a bit of poor kicking there from the Tigers and young Durack. And Veering does well to chop it off, but he's one of the best kicks in the competition. So if he's kicking the ball like that, watch out in the second half of the game. Heavy conditions. Ball's in, Paxman. Noble. Paxman probably gets the better of Noble on that occasion. Ball's down. Players jump in. A bit like rugby today. Umpire lets it go. It's good officiating thus far. 9 minutes into the second term at Cashies Park. The Bombers, 14-point lead. Paxman won the tap, but just in the back of Noble there. So Noble looks to handball off. This is Adam Clark. Usually kicks it well. He does well. Thurlow flies from behind. Jones is in there again. Umpire's pulled another throw in favour of the Tigers. Spigaring with the footy. Handballs over to Featherstone. The old 1-2. Kicks it up. Goldsmith in front. Pullman does well from behind. Zuffa. It's been outstanding this season for the Bombers, but he's done a bit too much on that occasion, holding the ball, Matty Clark.
Clark, left foot up. Towards half forward, again not the best of kicks. Goldsmith getting back. Wants the free kick. In fact, it could... who is that in there? Because there's Goldsmith there, the 17. It was Rick White on that occasion. So the opposite number 10, Peaver Wright, kicks it towards half back. Great work, Adam Clark with the fist. He keeps it in play. Can he get it to Matthew Clark?
The brothers waxing well together there.
And Jones with the kick off the ground. Noble will get there first.
Oof.
Just shrugged off Jones like it was a little fly. And then Clark, nice kick. Now from Doyle towards Goldsmith. Gribben is there. He's a little sneaky gold sneak himself. Godfrey might be done here. The ball spilled out. Howard was wrapped up. Good tackling, good footy. It might not be the highest scoring footy, but it's a good endeavour out there in the middle.
I would have thought that Coach Fennell for the Tigers would be extremely happy with the Tigers' performance thus far. Their attack on the footy has been outstanding and their tackling pressure has been great also. So good start from the Tigers in this second quarter.
It'll be the Bombers to run it out. I think Salter got one off the ground. In fact, here he is here, Salter. This is Folan. Just slipped over. Didn't get a possession there, but got it to Grayson. And now... No, well, that can't be advantage. You've got to bring that back. And so it'll come back. So it'll be a free kick here. It'll go to the Tigers. Pretty much in the middle of Cashies Park. That is a very sloppy kick there from Tom Cayley. So Featherstone inside 50 now. Goldsmith, Doyle off the ground. Wright, last line of defence. Gribben, oh, met solidly by Wright. Good old-fashioned shirt front there. Pullman got the handball. Out wider here to Byrne. And now to Brewer in that back pocket.
Brewer kicks it out wide. It's all Tigers though. He's hoping for the boundary line. The old kick for touch. Clark does well. The Adam variety. Looks inside. He's clever. It's a beautiful kick. So the Tigers, 13 minutes out. It's Adam Brown. Jacob Brown. It's going to have to be a big kick. He's going to have to kick this 52 metres into a breeze. He looks up. He plays on, the umpire says. Inside the square, it's a good kick. Over the top, doesn't quite find its intended target in Thurlow. Thurlow wraps around his body. It's out of bounds, 20 metres out from the Tigers' line.
Well, we haven't had a score yet, Craig, in this second quarter. And we're 12 minutes in, so it's
been a lot of ball ups in this term,
yes,
Riddler, and bash and crash footies we called earlier.
But the good thing for the Tigers fans is that they're staying in the contest.
Sondergaard wrapped up by Featherstone.
Fennell will be happy for the Tigers if they get in there 12, 14, 6, 8 points down.
because you're still a chance. I mean, you're 2 kicks away and, from getting back right in the game. It's all Tigers here. Should take it well. Folan dropped what he should have taken. Ball spills out. Boone does well, gets over the top of Folan. It's boggy conditions right where the footy is now. It's a big rugby scrum over the line in front of the Tigers coach's box.
We'll see a throw up here, 13 minutes into this second quarter. Margin is 14 points. Zuffa out of the ruck. And so now we see a boundary throw in. I think it's going to be who's going to be the cleaner with their possessions and who can take those marks.
I mean, you just got to go back to the basics today, Ridley. You can't afford to play fancy footy. It's just basic, almost Auskick style footy today.
You see the throw in. And good tackle there from Grayson on Cass. Good match up that. Cass isn't quite getting the impact that he usually does on the football field here, Field Cass. One of the stars of the NEAFL competition. Winning it here is Stevenson. He goes again. Now there's a free kick. It'll be a Tigers free kick here. It'll be Ford. Has to come back around on his mark. So 14 minutes in first quarter, margin 14 points. Handball to Featherstone. Just sort of pops it up and asks for the forwards to come at it. Oh, mark taken, Stevenson. Great mark. Josh Stevenson came out, took the mark. He took 10 marks last week and now he's taken a beauty. 40 out from goal.
He's a very underrated player in the competition. He's a regular senior player since he moved up to the Tigers, and he's been an outstanding find from his consistent performance week in, week out, regular in their top 10 of their BNF. So as he bangs it in, right side, Peaver Wright's there, touched over the line. So he's a good player, Stevenson.
First score of the quarter, Craig, 4-2, 26 to 6-3, 39. Margin is now 13 points.
Cass with the footy, kicks it over the top. Angus Watts is there. Good, tried to pick it up was Bain. He's got support in Salter if he can get it over to him. He can't. He does well in Watts. Oh, bangs in hard with Sondergeld. Up against Upton. And the umpire calls the ball up. So as I called earlier, it's the 50th anniversary of the Tigers tonight, Matty. So it's a fantastic effort for a proud footy club.
Yep.
And as I said, nearly close to 250 people going to a big function there, and I'm sure they're going to have a great night tonight.
So the footy to be won here. Sondergeld dances around a couple of would-be tacklers, gets it to half forward. Clark will get there first. He's on his right side, being the left side of Clark. Sock it off the ground. Boundary line close, but they keep it in. A big up and under. Just gaining some meterage. Out of bounds on the full. So we'll see a throw in. 6-3-39, 4-2-26. The Bombers lead by 13 points. We're midway through this second quarter. 16 minutes in, we're yet to see a major score.
Yeah, it's been a very, very tight quarter. It's an understatement. And the 1 point, and as we said, Coach Fennell will be very, very happy with his Tigers' performance, although Redlands have probably had most of the play in this quarter, but just can't get past the half-forward flank because of Labrador's defence, and they've definitely got the numbers back as we look. They've Grayson back, Burke's back, Walker's back, and then Big Noble. So they're definitely clogging up any of that space in front of full forward Josh Pullman.
Sondergeld with the free kick. Couldn't quite get over the top of Clark
Stop
there.
going short, Riddler. They've just got to stop going short.
You want to see them go long there, Craig, do you? We'll get your thoughts in a moment. Thompson through the pack, 60 out from goal. The lead came out. No mark taken. It could be Bain at full forward. It is. Now there's a free kick. I think Godfrey's won the free kick for too high, directly in front, but again, right on the range of about 47 metres out.
He's a powerful young player in Godfrey. He's a thick-set kid, but I mean, this is going to really test him. You're going to have to kick this close to 48 metres over the top of the tallest man in the competition. It's going to be a tough ask. As we look down on the last line too, Pullman's there by himself with no other Redland bomber down there and 4 Tigers as Jordan Bain runs in. Godfrey strikes it, hasn't got the legs. It's all the Tigers though, punches it down. It's a 2-on-6. Bain does well, out the back, this is Jones. Kicks around his body, it's out on the full though.
You touched on it earlier, Craig, that they're falling down at the half-forward flank line, and we just saw why. The Tigers are getting back in numbers, But at the same time, the Bombers need to get back, either one or two of them. It can't be 2 on 6 at the full forward line. Make it 4 on 6 at least. Get back in numbers, lads.
Burke kicks it in. 55 out. Pullman flies from behind. Good attack on the footy. Hands over from Goldsmith. Looking for Howard's there. Jones has been lively. Reese in and under. Kicks it up. Noble should take all. It's over the back. Here's Bain. The Bombers have got the numbers. Veering's clever. He's got Godfrey. Godfrey's got the left footer in Zufa. He waits. He props. He kicks it to the far side. So he could have done better there, Daniel Zufa. And it looks like Liam Burke might have done a shoulder here, Riddler, because he's holding his right shoulder. That's not good signs for the Tigers.
They bring it in quickly. Folan it is. Hasn't got the best of purchases on this. Stevenson couldn't quite mark. Again, it's sloppy play out there. Stephen and Pullman and Reese for the Bombers. Eventually it is the Tigers who whack it out of trouble, but not for long. They'll be coming back just as quick. Godfrey got a handball to Daly. Now they squeeze it back to Daly here. Long kick, inside 50, Pullman with the sit. Couldn't quite mark with the left hand. Tigers get back.
Oh, well done from Thompson.
Thompson it is, could get a goal here. Close to the line, rush through, minor score. Great work, Matty Thompson.
That was a great smother, from Matty Thompson. So I thought the Tigers were going to clear there. It's Folan kicks it in, out wide to Grayson.
Had a lot of the play here, the Bombers. I sense they need a goal here just to extend this margin. It's 15 points at the moment. The Tigers, you never know, going into half-time, they could be within a kick.
Featherston's in there. Noble just dropped what he probably should have taken again after working Reynolds under the footy. Matty Clark, the left footer, just bangs it up high. Burke, back from that shoulder.
That's not going to help
Clark,
the shoulder.
over to Doyle. Doyle, it's all the Bombers though. Peaver Wright gets the contact in on Thurlow, which is very smart play. It's a big solid defence. A poor kick though, and Walker's taken a chest, almost 50 metres it is. So Zane Pringle's just given away a 50-metre penalty. It was a silly one too, as many of them are. And Walker's going to kick this 15 metres out directly in front.
Well, the Bombers have had the football for the last 6 minutes in their half of the ground. You have to make amends of that. The costly miss from Zufa could come back to haunt them.
Walker comes in, strikes it well, and he gets the 5th for the Tigers today. So Labrador 5-2-32 trail the Redland Bombers 6-5-41. That's the second goal.
First goal of the quarter.
First goal for the quarter. And we've gone 21 minutes.
Margin now 9 points, 6-5 to 5-2, as you said. So Walker's goal, the first goal of the quarter, 21 minutes in. He doesn't quite have the frame or the good looks of the Ben Walker that we've seen at the Tigers in many years. I think he's over now in the West somewhere, the former captain. The man that walks. Ball up. Noble. Kick inside 50. Here they come again, the Tigers. Thurlow got the handball to Doyle. His kick was dispossessed. Now White. Inside 50. There's Doyle, my apologies. Swings it out wider. Pullman it is for the Bombers. No free kick there. Howard drew the player nicely. And now Daly bouncing his way out there. That's cheeky. A kick inboard. Looks for Godfrey. Tough to see the numbers on a few of these here, Craig. Centre wing. Jones. Loose footy. White. Salter. Umpire. Whistle. Ball up. Centre wing. No, free kick here to the Tigers. So everything going the way of the yellow and black. No.
No. He called it the wrong way there, the umpire.
Right.
So Thompson, a bit stiff on the Tigers there. Thompson probably should have collected that a lot cleaner than he did. Ball spills out. Tigers do well. Here's Grayson. He's been good. Takes him on. Spins. Out to Stevenson. Chips it over the top, looking for Thurlow. Peaver Wright does well. He's a big man to move. Peaver Wright does exceptionally well for the Bombers as he bangs it in. All the numbers with the Tigers. Over the back, though. Thompson's waiting there. Good hands off to Pringle. Tackled without the footy. Play on, says the umpire. Brewer chips it. Has it got the legs? It did have the legs, but didn't have the accuracy. Another behind for the Bombers. 6-42 lead the Labrador Tigers 5-2-32. 10 points in it.
Clark brings it in quickly. No mark there, Walker. Brewer did well. Clever kick to Pullman.
He's back.
Now we see a free kick. So I wasn't seeing things there on centre wing a minute ago. The umpire did point the way of the Tigers, as we see a 50-metre penalty here. So the Tigers, for that occasion, getting the free kick and 50. It was a free kick to the Bombers out there, but the umpire said the wrong way, didn't he? So
he did.
I wasn't seeing things. Right. I just wanted to correct that. But Peever Wright, I'm mighty impressed with that youngster. He can't be far away from a Queensland Guernsey, Peever Wright.
Yeah, well, he's first year in the competition, and he's only 19 years of age, so he's a big unit.
Oh.
And I mean, come off Richmond's list, and I'm sure that if he could do a big full pre-season after arriving late at the Bombers, he's going to be a very handy player in this competition.
Ball to full forward from Doyle. Reynolds is there, all wrapped up. Great tackle from Gribben. Loose footy now. Can they get a goal here, the Tigers? They're 20 out from goal. 24 minutes in, second quarter, margin 10 points. So 42 plays 32. The Bombers haven't kicked the goal since the 28-minute mark of the first quarter. They've almost gone a full quarter without a goal. They're deep in defence. Godfrey. Now a quick kick out of trouble, but only as far as Matt Clark.
Matt Clark with the footy, the big thumping left footer. Looks up, bangs it into the pockets. Bombers here though, Dylan Byrne takes it easiest of chest marks. So it's Salter out wide, he finds him. Salter, been reasonably quiet today and veering. Back in after missing last week away on a work conference. Chips inside, finds Daly, he's been good. Bombers just slowing it up a bit. Chips over to Brewer. Blake Brewer decides to play on. In pursuit is Watts. Chips over. It's all the Tigers though. Punch deflected from Noble. Over the back. Finds Doyle. There's a lot of players around the footy. Chips over the top. Out in front is Goldsmith. Pullman does well to get his hands on it. Veering's in there. Tigers do well there. Flick out the back to Rick White. Ball still on the ground, plenty of numbers. Now Pies just letting it go here today. Cashies Park, slippery conditions.
What an amazing quarter of footy, Craig. It's been so hard to commentate because it's just not free-flowing. Yes, it's the conditions, but we're just not seeing the free-flowing that we're used to here in Queensland.
Yeah, there's close to 30 players around most of these contests, so really just a handful of Tigers back behind the ball as the Bombers come through. Salty looked up and it's all Tigers, Chips inside. Does well was Upton, flicks out the back. Pullman's in there. Flicks it, here he is, this Clark, a left footer, good hands over to another left footer in Rick White. Chips inside, Noble in front of Reynolds.
Well done.
Howard flicks over to Godfrey. Shoot, good tackle from behind. Fantastic tackle.
Yep.
It's Michael Young Ford, I think it was. Jack Ford chips over. So it's a poor kick though. And Tyler Jones takes it easy for chest marks.
26 minutes into the second quarter. Jones short to Salter. Now to Sondergeld. Back in board to Jones, doing the running. Inside 50. Just over the top of Pullman there. They've got numbers down back. Walker it is. Oh, mark taken here by Folan. No, he's told to play on. It was touched there. And now Walker. Kick towards centre wing. And Pringle, I see. In fact, Pullman. And so somehow the siren goes while the ball is out of bounds. But I don't think that'll matter. The quarter went 27 minutes. 6-6-42, 5-2-32. Margin is just 10 points. Coach Jason Fennell will be very happy with the Tigers' performance at half-time. To wrap it up, Craig Miller.
So we look through the goal kickers. Brad Reese for the Bombers, Matt Thompson, Josh Pullman, Zane Pringle, Tyler Jones and Adam Boone, all single goal kickers. For the Tigers, Ben Walker has one, Michael Doyle, Jake Goldsmith, Fraser Thurlow and Jeff Garing. And Riddler, 10-point lead to the Bombers at half-time, but I would have thought that Jason Fennell was going to be very happy with the Tigers' performance in the first 60 minutes of this game.
Don't go anywhere. Round 15, NEAFL Northern Conference. We've got the close one here at Cashies Park. Welcome back to Cashies Park, round 15 of the NEAFL Northern Conference. We've got the close one. Redland Bombers 6-6-42, Labrador Tigers 5-2-32. Margin just 10 points at half-time in sluggish conditions, but I'm seeing a little bit of blue sky above me here, so maybe we've got fine conditions as we head into this second half. Matt Ridley joined with Craig Miller and Jack Barry also in the special commentary position as we're about to begin the third quarter. And as Jack said at half-time to us off air, goals are at a premium here today. If you can get your nose in front and stay in front, you'll go a long way to getting those 4 points. White got the handball to Durack in the middle, so the Tigers to the left of screen. Ford running after it. Big Peaver right gave the don't argue, and the handball to Howard. Arches his back and goes towards half forward. The Tigers win the footy here though. Folan goes back to Burke, and his kick out of bounds on the full as I welcome in Craig Miller to the second half.
Yeah, thanks, Matty. It's going to have to be a big half of footy here from both sides. I mean, it's a close battle. Redlands with a narrow 10-point lead. Brad Howard with the footy. Kicks up, 60 metres out. Good attack on a good mark. There's Todd Grayson there. Takes a fantastic mark in these conditions. Looks inside. Oh, it's a poor kick. Finds Jones. Had a good first half. To Reese. Kicks it up. Pullman's out in front. It's a poor kick. Bantoff in front. Pullman playing it to himself. Does well onto Salter. He pick it up. He tripped over there by Bantoff. Umpire said that was the case. So Tom Salter, a little bit quieter than his normal standards. Chips over the top. Beautiful kick. Finds Damien Stephen in the pocket 40 metres out. So Damien Stephen right in front of the Tigers coach's box. I'm sure they're saying a few pleasant words there as he comes in. Usually a good kick for footy, kick of the footy. Strikes it well. It looks good off the boot. Has it got the legs? Touch right on the goal line. So the first score going to the Redland Bombers, 6-7-43 leading the Labrador Tigers 5-2-32. We've gone 2 minutes in.
Short kick from Folan to White. Goes back. This is risky. They might cough up a goal here. Stephen will get the handball from Veering. 30 out, left foot, snap around the corner. Didn't make them pay there. Should have made them pay on that occasion. They're the Bombers. The Tigers stuffing around with that one. That'll be 50 metres here.
Yep. Good
against Bain on the mark.
There was really no need to do it. You could see that he was just going to blaze away, Rick White, as there's no one looks like he's going to take the mark here too. So he comes out wide in the direction of Durack. Looks up. Oh, it's a poor handball over the top to Burke. Radine's coach for the Tigers tips inside. This is Rick White over to Grayson. Some handy players there out wide to Adam Clark. Good hands. Front of Brewer. Chips over the top, looking for his brother and Matty. Takes a good mark. He's a left footer. He's 53 metres out. Swag of numbers in behind the ball. Chips it across. Looking for Upton. He flies. Drops the mark. Ball spills out. Peaver Wright tackled without it. An umpire balls it up 40 metres out from the Tigers line. Jack Barry.
Yeah, look, just what you touched on earlier in the day, just the basic skills are so important today, and you've seen a few missed handballs and missed kicks, so the team that settles first will be the team that should be able to hopefully do well.
3 minutes in, or 3.5 minutes in, I should say, third quarter. This is Clark. Good tackling there on the outer side. It came from Jones. You might win the free kick here, Jones. Umpire happy to let it go. He'll come in now and no. We've seen this a lot today, haven't we, Jack? The umpire just letting it go. And now he's spotted a free kick to the Tigers. I think it's Doyle. Doyle it is, told to play on, an off his step towards full forward. Thompson had to park himself. Goldsmith thought he took a mark there. Thurlow, good tackle from Brewer. Handball from Rees. And now Stephen gets it out towards the big Paxman.
Paxman with the footy, good mark from the big ruckman. Out in front of Trent Noble. There's not many options up, and so he's going to have to kick this long down the line. Try and look for Pullman. Oh, good mark from Josh Pullman. Out in front of Bantoff. It's been a great battle this afternoon. Bombers got the numbers inside. Looks up though. A lead from Bain. Goes in the direction of Veering though. Grayson's there. Out the back, Upton, Featherston. Out wide. Looking for Durack. It's out in front. Godfrey in pursuit. Dances around. Good fend off from Durack. Chip over the top, those poor kick. Burns gets the double fist. Out to Reese. Salter's got Thompson on the outside. Looks inside, finds Veering. Great kick from Tommy Salter.
Yeah, just great work there by Tom Salter. He's been, what he has done today, he's been poised and he thinks he's kicks through, and he's looked up and hit Veering, and Veering, experienced player, should be able to hopefully kick this for the Bombers.
They haven't kicked the goal, Craig, since the 28-minute mark of the first quarter of the Bombers, so there's been a long spell between majors, and when the margin's just 11 points, and you're expected to win this one. Coach Seton Lonsdale expected to win, but he did say to the media during the week they've got to be on their game, so they're due for a goal here.
Veering comes in. As you see, he's one of the best kicks in the competition. We'll see on this occasion. Strikes it well. Has it got the legs though? Pushes it across the face of goal. Another behind for the Bombers. 6-8, 44, leading the Labrador Tigers 5-2, 32, 12-point lead.
Well, they're not putting the foot on the throat here. They led by 14 points at quarter time. Since quarter time, they've kicked 5 behinds. And now they get another opportunity as Jones marks on the outer side.
Well, Jones kicked one from here in the first quarter, so almost identical position. It was a poor kick in from Matt Clark, experienced player, and Jones will line up have to kick this 45 metres on a tight angle. I'm going to back him in from here, Riddler.
Well, I won't, because they've kicked 5 behind since quarter time from 45. Gee, that's a nice looking kick. I should have backed him in, as you did, Craig. Why did I not do that? Beautiful goal. Tyler Jones has got his second here, Jack, and now they're out to 18-point lead.
He's had a good day out in the at the wing out there, so he's a player to watch. He's been good. Like Noble's game as well. He's always been there right at the last defence, and he's given first use of the ball. But yeah, they're doing well there. So Tigers right in.
You're right, Jack. He's had his hands on the footy a number of times, Trent Noble, and yeah, the ball slipped out a few times as you would expect in these conditions. But he's been a solid performer for the Tigers today.
Ball back in the middle. 8 minutes in, third quarter. Margin now 18 points. Paxman and Noble over the top. Featherston inside 50. Goldsmith did well. That's better. Front and centre for Garing. Mark taken by Ford. 50 metres against Jones. So Jones, he did all the good work in the forward pocket, and now he's given away a certain goal here to Jack Ford. Just when the margin crept out to 18 points, Ford comes in. The umpire hasn't set the mark yet. He'll have to do it all again. Jack Ford to kick his first for the day, the first for the Tigers in this third quarter. Margin back to 12 points. A little bit of indisciplined work there, Jack Barry, and Ford has his first goal.
And the Tigers will be wrapped to be able to get a goal straight away. It's been, as I said, such a tough second quarter where, as we spoke earlier, goals being a premium, both been able to kick goals straight away. So Tigers right back in it.
Just seem to be scoring a little bit easier, the Tigers. So a couple of 50-metre penalties resulted in goals for the Tigers, where the Bombers have been slugging away and working hard for their 6-pointers. But that's a much-needed goal for the Tigers to close back within 12 points, River.
And the rain's starting to build out there. We're going to get very wet here in a minute. It's coming in on angles. Ball goes up. Paxman this time over the top. Stephen out of the middle towards Salter. Good work there by Sammy Folan. And he created the stoppage. Well done. Just when you thought Salter was about to get off and around the corner, Folan did well. Ball goes up. The rain really is building up here. 8.5. Oh, no, we're about 9.5 minutes in. Free kick here to the Tigers. They trail by 12 points. This could get very close. Kick was partly smothered as they come out of defence. Salter dispossessed. Can they get a goal out of this, the Bombers? They're in attack. Grayson. And now the Tigers just whack it out. Look for here for Gribben. He'll get there first. The ball doesn't go out. Handball over the top to Ford. He can't quite get away from Godfrey. Godfrey did well. Handball to Rees. They're all wrapped up. And strong footy out there. Who can win it? Goldsmith smacks it forward. Pullman will get there first. Off the ground went Brown. It's a push. So the Tigers with the rub of the green here, Jack, and they could have a shot on goal here shortly.
They can get that ball inside and got some boys front and centre. They're off and away. Here goes Featherston.
Kick to the pocket. Half forward flank really. Matt Clark's kick out of bounds on the full.
Uncharacteristic for Clark. He did a good kick, but twice now out of the goal square when he kicked in and just then off one step. Very hard to nail him in these conditions.
The rain building up here midway through this third quarter. Brewer got it on the boot and got about 30 metres. Pullman went for the chest mark. Gribben kept it in play. Cayley was dispossessed. Handball came from Upton. Brewer's in there. Just burst his way through there, Brewer. And Upton will have a bounce down. 12 minutes in third quarter. 12 points the margin. Every goal very important here. Stevenson. Stevens. Over the line and out of bounds. Goodness me, what's happened here?
Well, all we know is that it's extremely heavy conditions here at Cashees Park this afternoon. Paxman, Noble. Noble over the back. Reese is down there. Salter's in there. Reese again. Oh, he's tackled without the footy though. Tom Salter gets the free kick. Sam Folan applying the tackle there late on Tommy Salter as he looks up. Jordan Bain. Bain does well on the fly to the footy. Good punch from behind from Watts. Ball spills out. Good hard tackle from Brad Reese. Right on the boundary line. The umpire, I'm sure, is going to bring this 5 or 6 metres inside. He's not. Well, yes, he does. Ball's out. Tapped over the top from Veering. Thompson's there. All over the line again. So similar style of play to that second term where the ball just sort of gradually creeping along the boundary line.
Very early call here, Jack, but the next goal very important to either side.
There certainly is, and I think they're going to really clamp down on Salter. He looks like he's going to be dangerous.
Veering kicks inside, but out on the full in front of Bain. So the Tigers with the footy. 12 minutes into the third term, ball up, Stevens in front. Noble does well out the back. Godfrey loves these conditions. Didn't have the footy actually in the back. Sam Godfrey's done well, he looks inside. It's all Tigers though. Tries to chip over the top, good kick. Finds Thompson, plays on. Off the instep, the Bobbers got the numbers in Burn. Doesn't get the desired bounce, just pushes in the back of Clark. It's a silly free kick. The Tigers deep in defence through Adam Clark.
So Clark, 12 points the margin. We're 13 minutes into the third quarter. Cass, handball to Salter. There he is, Jack. He is busy. He could create something here for the Bombers. It'll be White. Kick. Not far enough. Reese's kick inside 50. Mark taken by Upton. And he plays on quickly. Got it inside to Garing. Over the top to Featherston. Can he get the handball out? He does. Garing goes out wide to Doyle. Doyle marks. 50 out from goal. 45. Goes long and misses. Minor score. Gee, that would have sparked them up, wouldn't that, Jack?
There's the next goal. You think the Tigers would really lift if they can get the next one.
Right to bring it in. Told to hurry up. Short kick. Got Godfrey in the pocket.
Godfrey chips over the top. Looks for Sondergeld. Ideal conditions for the little fellas out here today. Rain still teething down here. Zoof comes into Shepherd. Not sure what's happened there. I think he's called the kick out of bounds. He has, the boundary umpire's called it out of bounds. A little bit of confusion here at Cashees Park. There's going to be a ball up 50 metres out from the Tigers line.
So, Jack, you'd like to see somebody on Salter like a tagging
I would. Every time I've seen him get the ball, he's looked dangerous, and he might not be getting as much as he'd like to, but when he does, he makes the right decision. So just knuckle down on him.
Reynolds wrapped up behind from Walker. Does well, back on it again. Walker wraps him up again. Umpire comes in to ball it up. Thurlow's been lively since he's moved into the ruck. Noble's gone forward, gone back again.
Yeah, they dropped one back here.
Thurlow over the top veering. Didn't have the footy. Umpire said play on, no advantage. Bring it back. Josh Fearing with the footy. 55 metres out from the Tigers line. He's got right out wide if he chooses to use him. He doesn't. Inside to Reese. Brad Reese ducked his head. Oh, he's a bit lucky there because Grayson, I thought, and Grayson's given the umpire a serve and cost his team 50 metres. So he's a bit stiff there, Todd Grayson, on Reese. I thought he ducked his head, Riddler. But the umpire didn't see it that way and said to the umpire, I completely disagree. And the umpire said, well, I'll pay 50 metres.
I'll get a shot on goal. Think distance shouldn't be a problem here for Brad Reese. Kick the goal at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. Can he double that? Kick on its way. He's got the distance. Oh, it's touched on the line. Margin now 12 points.
I reckon we've had 3 or 4 touches on the line today, so it's been good work.
Clark kicks it in. Long down the line. Umpire said all over the top of him you were there, Dylan Byrne on Fraser Thurlow. Handball's out wide. This is Doyle. Burns there again. Bombers push up and press. Ball's still tight in there. Thurlow gets the hurried kick out. This is Veering. It's a good kick. Pullman out in front. 60 metres out. Too far to score. Looks up. He's got Cass in the pocket. Goes in that direction. Here's Bain. Can he do? Can he gather? He does. Flicks out the back to Brewer. And Noble does well just to see Brewer over the line. 55 metres out. We've gone 16 minutes into the third term at Cashies Park. Noble taps down. Godfrey does well. Flicks it out the back. This is Upton. Reese is there. Stevens, clever in these circumstances. Cass out the back. It's a quick hit forward. Pushed over the boundary line by Jordan Bain. The Bombers leading by 12 points. 17 minutes in. Boundary umpire throws it in. Cass versus Noble, the two number ones. Not sure that's quite the matchup Seaton Lonsdale would have wanted. Ball spills out for the Tigers. It's all Bombers though. Quick hands out to Howard. He's quick on his feet. White's in there, wrapped up by Zufa, almost holding the ball. Goldsmith does well to kick it forward. Here it is. This is Peaver Wright. Fraser Thurlow in pursuit. Wright does well. Thurlow works him under the footy. Snaps it over. The ball's run through. Will it get through? And it does. So great goal from Fraser Thurlow.
Great agility there by Fraser. They kept his feet, which was important. Tapped the ball around, I thought. And then he steadied and just a quick kick into the goal square and the ball did the rest. Lucky bounce. Great work by the Tigers.
He kicks his second. He kicked one in the first. And the Tigers draw back within 6 points, Matty Ridley.
Well, I said to Jack a couple of moments ago, the next goal is very important. Had the Bombers got it when the ball was touched on the line from the Reese kick, the margin would have been 18 points, Jack, and they would have had a little bit of breathing space. But the ball goes down to the left of screen, goal to the Tigers, margin back to 6. We've got a close game here.
Got a great game here. And Josh Pullman, who's such an important player, he's been taking his marks up the ground.
Back in the middle, Reese gets a clearance. Out in front is Upton. He played on when he probably shouldn't have. Wrapped up by Godfrey. So Upton probably needed to go back and just slow things down a little bit there. In comes Reynolds. There's Noble, he's been solid today. Brewer needs to get himself into the game a bit more. Upton, quick kick, pressure from behind from Cass, out on the full. Jack Barry.
Yeah, look, young Upton's he's been to try today. He's everything. He's a brother of Morningside captain Tyson Upton. But finding a niche for himself down here over at Labrador, which is good to see.
Good to see young players still with the ambition to play at the highest level. Zufa, probably in front of the Redlands B&F count this year, the Dowling middle. Kicks it long. There's no one there though. Thompson had to fly, one of the smallest on the ground. Out the back, Grayson. Noble does well to get the quick kick forward. Featherston direction. Good pick up from Toddy Featherston. Out to the left footer in White on his preferred side. It's a great kick. And Thurlow does well. So Fraser Thurlow, 40 metres out, lining up for his third goal for the afternoon.
You touched on it earlier, Craig, that in these conditions, just get back to the basics, pump it long, get rid of it, and go forward. Noble did that at half back. He did that, just whacked it on the boot and got it forward, and look where it is.
He's been lively up forward, Thurlow. Noble's been outstanding for the Tigers, the veteran. In comes Thurlow, have to kick this 45 metres. Doesn't get good contact. And it's out of bounds on the full.
Very sluggish in some areas, Jack, isn't it?
Yeah, he didn't have great footing going through there, so if he had got to the top of the square, it would have been good. But his confidence up, worth a shot on goal.
Martin just 6 points. Third quarter, 19 minutes in. Pretty much into time on now. Upton flies high, as does Pullman. Both Sam and Josh in the contest there. Brewer, well tackled. Nobody getting it out of there. So the umpire says, I'll have it. Thurlow and Jones are the only multiple goal kickers out there, Craig.
And Labrador prepared for all the Redland players to go into this contest knowing that there's Tigers galore out the back of the contest. Very slippery, veering, got one high. Umpire said play on though. Ball spills inside 50. Stevens there. Byrne does well from behind. He's wrapped up. Gang tackle from the Tigers. Zufa goes in and says not happy with that work there. Umpire throws it up. Reynolds tapped down. Plenty of numbers around this footy. White tries to bustle his way through. Ball spills out. Oh, it's high contact. So it's careless there from Stephen on, I think it's Toddy Featherston, it is. So Todd Featherston's got the free kick, 40 metres out, directly in front.
But heavy conditions here, Jack. This is right on his range, I think, in days like this.
That's right, and they're off, hang on.
He's handballed it off. White comes in, kicks a goal, we're all tied up. Can the Tigers pull off an upset here today in round 15?
Well, it's looking that way at the moment. Riddler, they're up and about the Tigers. It's the 50th anniversary today for the club, and they're definitely playing with a lot of vigour in their performance, and I'm sure that Coach Fennell would be very, very happy with this.
Well, since quarter time, Jack, Labrador have kicked 4 goals, 2 to Redland's 1 goal, 6.
Yeah, no doubt the Bombers are going to have to lift here now.
They need to lift, Jack. Somebody get something happening. Can it be Salter? Who can it be to get that little bit of magic for the Bombers?
Stephen in the middle, flicks it out. Does well, here's White again, the goal kicker. Sondergeld does well from behind. Good kick from White. Out in the front of Goldsmith. Been a little bit quiet. Pullman probably got the better of him in these last couple of quarters. On his trusty left out to Salter. Drops what he should have taken. Godfrey does well. Oh, might have got talked into that, the umpire, by the punters in the social club. Out to Skip Ribbon. Kicks it long inside. Fly from Thurlow from behind. And it comes from Byrne. Caught one high. Dylan Byrne's got the free kick. So just slow it down a bit here. The Bombers. Chips over the top. Finds Stevens.
So Stephen at half back. How long will the quarter go for, Jack? We've been going 23 and a half now.
It'll be tight, but I'll tell you what, both teams will need to make sure they stay disciplined with the umpiring decisions because they don't want to give away meterage today.
We've seen a couple of goals come from 50-metre penalties, and in a close game, that can really hurt you in that last quarter. Up goes Reynolds. He goes again, the big fella. Try to burst his way out. He's holding that ball in. Umpire blindsided. We'll see another bounce down. Get the ball forward at all costs at the moment, you'd think. 23 minutes in. Kick from Stevenson. I think might have been smothered by his teammate White there. Salter was dispossessed. He goes again. Tommy Salter wants a free kick, gets a free kick.
Just wanted to make something happen, and that's what good players do.
Tommy Salter. Ideal conditions for the Scottsdale ball out of Tasmania. A little trusty left foot to Zufa. Out to Godfrey. Godfrey's got Daly out wide. It's a dangerous kick though. They just need to go forward, the Bombers, instead of sideways. Daly bangs it up, looking for Pullman. He flies, held from behind. Handball's out from Veering. Bombers just messing around with the footy here. Oh, and he got the free kick in Toddy Featherston.
We've seen a lot of free kicks today, Jack. I think the umpiring, although it has been good, I think they've over-umpired just a touch and they're paying those Tiggy Touchwood free kicks.
Yeah, always difficult in these games, so as long as they're consistent all day.
I would have thought that the coaches would have said first in is going to win the free kicks. Labrador being first in, they're getting the free kicks.
We've got a boundary throw in. We're all tied up here, 51 apiece. 7-9 plays 8-3. Labrador kicking 4 goals to 1 since quarter time. Ball comes out to Howard. And now I think that might be Sondergeld. Towards full forward.
Oh, well done.
No mark there from Bain. Off the ground or out of midair. Zufa wraps up his opponent. So they're deep in attack now here, the Bombers. Can they make amends? Can they get a goal out of this one? Ball goes up. 24 and a half gone. Third quarter. Pullman will get there first. Josh Pullman, handball to Rees. Through some heavy traffic. Kick over the top. It's all the Tigers, I should say. Mark taken, it comes out to White.
Rick White, the left footer.
Nothing to kick to.
So he just bangs it down the line. Matty Thompson's out in front. Thurlow Bashubi looking for the boundary. And he gets it. So it's a good result for the Tigers. Ball up, centre wing, clubhouse side. All square here at Cashies Park. 7-9-51 Redland, 8-3-51 the Tigers. 26 and a half minutes in this third term.
If I had to ask you, Jack, who would you tip from here? Who would you tip from here?
Well, one of the things that the Bombers have is they've had good numbers at all these stoppages. They've had players loose, so they've got the players to be able to set their game up for themselves. However, the Tigers are really desperate for a win. They're showing the first in for the footy, and they're getting the rewards for it. So,
and it could come down to that desperation too in the last 5 minutes. Thurlow, good ruck work to Garing. And now a quick kick towards Doyle. He wants to lay it off. He goes by foot, out wider. He's got Clark. Clark and Jones. Clark will win the race, but he's outnumbered there. Thompson. Handball. Advantage paid. Out comes inboard. They've got to hurry with this one. Daly. Now Stevenson. The kick towards Doyle. Doyle was marked. This could be within his range. He's a thumping kick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blokes sitting back behind the footy. You'd want them manned up though.
Not really sure what the tactics are by the Bombers there. To have 5 players 25 metres out directly in front and a line of Tigers all lining up for an easy chip over the top. And Doyle's going to line up. And I'm going to back him from here.
Doyle to come in. So put the Bombers in front for the first time today. Will it be a major? Oh, it's no mark. It's a goal! Oh no, it's socket. Oh no, we might get a video ref here. Stevie, onto this. This could be a video. They might come to us here. Lads, it's a point. So it obviously just came off the foot of Peaver Wright when Goldsmith, I think it might have been, or White, or one of the big lads, Thurlow, put a booth in there. In any event, Labrador are in front for the first time today, causing an upset here at Cashies Park. Literally, this could be the end of the Bombers' season in terms of making the finals.
Ball spills up. Goldsmith was good early. He's been quiet. Solder bashes through. Sondergill gets a quick forward. He's Noble though. He's been across half back for most of the day if he hasn't been in the ruck. Bangs it long. It's all Tigers again. Goldsmith takes a chest mark. Looks up, crowd really getting into the game at Cashies Park. Pullman backs back into the contest. It's all numbers though with the Bombers out through Byrne. Godfrey, just a kick on his left. Good chip over the top to Brad Howard. Numbers lining up in the centre of the ground. Over the top, Daly drops it. Doyle does well out the back. This is Grayson. Grayson over the top. Pullman does well on his left. Chips it over. Bombers just a bit untidy here, and the ball spills over 55 metres out from the Tigers' line. It'd be fair to say, Jack Barry, that the momentum has swung dramatically in this game.
Oh, it certainly has. The Tigers have been fantastic, as you said, on their 50th year, and they've lifted today. They want to go away with a big night tonight.
29 minutes in, third quarter, close to three-quarter time. Tigers by a point. Can they get a late score? They cannot. Three-quarter time here at Cashies Park. Does not get any closer than this. The Tigers looking for their second win of the season, causing one of the biggest upsets of the year. Away from home, they lead 8-4-52 to the Redland Bombers, 7-9-51 goals in that quarter to Ford, Thurlow and White. Thurlow's got 2, while Jones for the Redland Bombers, Tyler Jones, he's got 2 to sum up the third quarter and to look forward to the final quarter. Jack Barry with Craig Miller.
Yeah, the Tigers are up and about. So the back half of that quarter, they are running into these into their three-quarter time huddle with high fives everywhere. The Bombers, there's a few heads down there, so Lonsdale want to sort that out, Jack Barry. But the Tigers are back in this game and looking for their second victory in 2013.
All to play for in the next quarter. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game of NEAFL footy.
The Tigers have kicked the last 3. They've kicked 5 of the last 6 here at Cashies Park. 1 point the margin. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the final quarter. Welcome back to Cashies Park. We're about to begin the final quarter of this round 15 match of the round battle between a side that is looking to get back into the top 5 in the Redland Bombers, who are hosting the Labrador Tigers here today at Cashies Park, but it's the Tigers who lead by a point. You wouldn't believe it. They've kicked 5 of the last 6 goals here, and they've kicked the last 3 goals. Matt Ridley joined with Jack Barry and Craig Miller. And Jack, who would you be tipping from here?
Well, I'm going to stick with the home side. I expect them with their bigger players to stand up, but I'd love to see an upset in the Tigers. They're probably sitting on the fence. Not a great.
Craig, who are you tipping?
Yeah, I think the Bombers will win, but it'd be great if the Tigers get up.
Paxman it is out of the middle. The ruckman for the Bombers gets them forward. Long lead came out from Boone. And Boone is marked. It'll be a long shot on goal though, Jack. Will he make the distance?
Well, Craig might know better than I would. I think he might, on his heavy conditions, I think he'll just fall short. Must be on Pullman in the goal square.
For a rugged defender who's come forward, he's actually a very, very good set shot for goal. So, I mean, the heavy footy, he's going to have to kick this 50 metres, so the distance might trouble him, but he is generally a good shot for goal.
Watch out for class front and centre.
He kicked the goal in the first quarter. Can he kick the first goal of the last quarter? It's on its way. It's good purchase. It's a goal. Listen to the crowd. Adam Boone's got his second, and the crowd's into this one. Margin now 5 points.
Well, that's a great finish. As I said, he's a good kick for goal, but to kick that every bit of 50 metres with a very, very heavy footy is an outstanding goal, and he gets his second for the afternoon.
Yeah, great goal by young Boone then, and that's the lift that they need now. So hopefully they can, the crowd thinking they can bring it home from here. But can Noble, has he another trick up his sleeve?
And that was good to hear too, Jack. When the ball went through the goals there, we heard the biggest roar of the day. You can't see them here because there's no one on the outer side, but there's a lot of people here watching around the commentary box and around the social areas. We'll see another bounce down. Margin now 5 points. Oh, goodness me, I love a close game of footy. Paxman again in the right spot. Cast couldn't get it out. And then he wraps up Stevenson. We'll see a bounce. Who are the important players in this final term here, Jack?
Well, look, I think obviously Cast and Salter, Thompson for the Bombers. They'll be dangerous.
Silly kick from the Tigers at the stoppage. Cast inside, finds Pullman. He's been held onto, so Josh Pullman gets the free kick 30 metres out. So silly play there from the Tigers back at the stoppage. There was a forearm that the umpire said was thrown in that was unnecessary. Cast kicks a wayward kick inside, but on these days, forwards in front will take chest marks.
We'll have a shot on goal here, Pullman. He's only got the one. Josh Pullman, kick on its way. Extends the lead. Margin now 11 points. Redland Bombers 9-9-63, Labrador 8-4-52. They've kicked back-to-back goals. Boone and now Pullman with his second. And the lead now out to 11 points.
The ideal start for the Bombers. It's Jack. It's definitely a couple of free kicks there have gone in their favour, but the breeze is strong. It's blowing left of screen, and the Bombers have made the most of it.
And it's the first time Pullman's been able to take a mark that deep inside 50, and we spoke off air before. If he could do that more often, he's a real target for him, as we well know.
Back in the middle, Paxman, Noble. Workhorses, up they go. Noble wins the tap. In there's White, he was good in the third term. Ball spills out the back. In there was Brown. Worked hard, tackled by Stephen. Ball goes forward. Boone! Adam Boone in front. And he's going to line up for his second shot in as many minutes.
He fancied his chances here too. He put the hand up to say to the forwards, save your legs, I'm going to have a shot. It's good on him too. He's got that confidence now, Jack.
Yeah, that's right. And he should be able to make the most of this one.
Adam Boone lining up for his third goal. So it's blow the lead out to 17 points. And he comes. He's going to have to kick this 50 metres. Gets good contact. Has it got the legs? Had the legs, but not the accuracy. Another behind. So 9-10-64. The Redland Bombers lead the Labrador Tigers 8-4-52. And we've gone 3.5 minutes into this final term.
That'll be Clark with the duties from fullback. That's a nice looking kick. Mark taken by Folan at the defensive 50. Now this is the risky one. Goes inboard. Got Doyle. So Doyle comes towards the broadcast side. Goldsmith the target. Godfrey there. Well tackled by Brown. Handball to Byrne. And now to Brewer. In turn out wider. And they use the corridor here. Good work by the Bombers. And Stephen whacks them forward. But mark taken by Clark. And that's a dinky little kick. Grayson. And now Walker. Whacks it on the boot. Gets it to centre wing. Thurlow the target. Good work there by Wright. What an enthralling battle that one. Wright and Thurlow. All day, gentlemen. They've been at it. Ball comes into Stephen. Pops it over the top. Mark taken here by Pringle.
Zane Pringle with a footy. Long way out from goal for the Bombers. Looks up, chips over the top. Noble's there, is trying to get it to Pullman. Reese does well. Reese runs inside 50. Has a shot. And he's kicked it. So the Bombers kick their 10th goal for the afternoon. They open up an 18-point lead over the Labrador Tigers. 10-10-70. Leading the Labrador Tigers 8-4-52, and that's a very, very clever finish from Brad Reese, who kicks his second for the afternoon.
Well, Featherston's gone in on the ball, which is a good move. They probably need Grayson there as well, so they're going to need some of those blokes now to try and get some credibility and get right back in it. The next goal for the Tigers is paramount for them.
I just feel, Matty, that the Tigers have gone back to how the Redland Bombers were playing in the third term. They were chipping sideways, a bit fancy by foot, fancy by hand, and causing turnovers of the Bombers. And now the Bombers are doing exactly what the Tigers did to them in the third term.
Ball back in the middle. Margin now 18 points, 10-10 plays, 8-4. Paxman really injecting himself into this game now, Paxman. One of the late inclusions into the side. They do it all again. 18 points now the margin. Tigers led by a point at three-quarter time. And we're 6 minutes in, final quarter. Cash gets it in inside 50. Boone had to sit underneath it. Brewer picked it up, tried to burst through. Fed a handball to Thompson. Is this another one coming up? Pullman, he runs onto it. Bantoff, Pullman, yes! He's got his second for the quarter, third for the match. They've opened this up now. The Bombers, they lead by 24 points.
I don't like to say it, 6.5 minutes into the last quarter, but I think that might have been the sealer. I think the lead now out to 24 points might be big enough, considering the amount of goals kicked, Jack Barry, to be a winning lead.
Well, I think you're right there, Craig, and just the little things, they've held their position in the forward line, and those quick kicks that come out of the centre, they've got someone to go to straight away. They've got all numbers back there, so they've held their positions and they've made the most of their opportunities, all in front of them now for Labrador.
Back in the middle, Paxman, Fraser Thurlow's been thrown in, Noble moved to full forward. Up it goes Paxman, Thurlow wins the tap, down Brewer. He's been good in the first part of this last quarter. What makes him earn it? Paxman not happy with that. So Brewer back in there. So tempers flare here at Cashies Park. Mapai throws it up, gets it moving. Ball spills out. Oh, it's a high tackle there on on Doyle. Out the back comes, Howard had fallen high. Brewer again in front. Brown over the back, and the umpire comes in. Oh, he's caught a free kick here. Not sure what that was for, Riddler. So Blake Brewer, not sure he could call play on too when he's got his back to the bloke on the mark. Thompson kicks it long towards 50. Boone, he's been good. This last part of the quarter. Oh, it's another high tackle here. So
He keeps pointing the wrong way too, this umpire.
William Burke. Oh, it's a poor kick. And he's kicked it out on the full, Jack Barry.
Oh, yeah, kicking off one step. It's a coach killer that no one likes it.
That's right.
It looks pretty, but very hard to execute that skill.
Brewer inside. Burke cuts it off. He's looking for Boone, who's been very hot in his first 7 minutes of the last term. Switches it out to Clark. He's quiet today for the Tigers. Chips over the top, looking for Doyle. Takes the mark. Tigers just trying to build a bit of momentum. Chips over the top to Matt Clark, but good work from Zane Priggle. Punches it over the line, 55 metres out from the Bombers line.
What would have Coach Seaton Lonsdale have said at three-quarter time, Jack, to make them kick the first 4 of this final quarter?
Well, you know, he would have just asked them to lift from the players all around and hold your positions, get it on the boot, get it in there quickly, playing in front, all the basic stuff that will make you kick goals quickly.
We see another throw-in out there, the ball getting quite heavy. The boundary umpire, so we'll waltz a couple of metres in and do it all again. 10 minutes in, final quarter. 2 goals to Pullman, Rees and Boone in this final term to set up a handy lead here of 24 points as Clark now runs his full measure and then kicks across the face of goal. How will the umpire see this?
There's outstanding pressure from Phil Cass on the chase then, so Adam Clark was looking for options, Cass in pursuit, he just got that touch on him to skew the kick.
Boundary throw in, 45 out from the Bombers forward line. This is Sondergeld. Handball looking for Byrne. He's happy to see it over the line and out of bounds. They need some magic here, the Tigers. They need to take the game on. Ball comes in. Thurlow in the ruck. Cash didn't have it, wanted the free. Sondergeld. Another high contact. Seen so much high contact today. That's good though. It's good that the umpires are protecting the player with the ball. And now inside 50. Boone came out like a Bondi tram, couldn't mark. He goes again. Handball to Howard. Howard goes for home. He's kicked it and that is the sealer for the Bombers. They're out to 30-point lead.
Big rap on young Boone and really has lifted this quarter. When the game was there to be won, he's the one who's really put his hand up, threw himself in there and got the footy out there and Howard made sure of it. Great work.
Yeah, outstanding from Adam Boone. Good call, Jack Barry. Bombers now out to a 30-point lead. 12-10, 82, 8-4, 52. We've gone 11 minutes into the last term at Cashees Park. A reasonable crowd considering these wintry conditions today. It's been extremely wet in southeast Queensland. And the home crowd are going to witness a Redland Bombers victory which keeps them in the hunt, Riddler.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad they've won this because I'd like to see the Bombers in the finals. They're a good homegrown side. They're tough and they're rugged and a proud footy club here at Victoria Point. And at Cashees Park today, they've done really well in this final quarter to find something within. They've kicked 5-0 since three-quarter time. It's Pullman. Gets it to Daly. Over the top, Brad Rees. So Rees now, kick along the line. Gee, what a quarter of footy Boone is having here, Jackie. He's had the biggest impact in this final quarter.
Yeah, he's really lifted and it's good to see. And that's what you want, that's the things you measure people off. And when they lift when the game's going against you, and he's certainly lifted and been good.
And we throw in, pretty much on centre wing. Margin is 20, what is it there? 30 points. 82 plays 52. Sorry folks, on the Paddleball Meets scoreboard. 12-10-82. So the Redland Bombers lead by 30 points. Labrador 8-4-52. We're on centre wing. Who can get there first? Cayley, Tom Cayley at the bottom of the pack. Umpire will come in and bounce it down.
Ball in the middle, 13.5 minutes gone into the last term at Cashees Park. Round 15 clash. Ball spills out, Brewer. He's been lively in this last quarter. Wrapped up.
A free kick for holding the footy and 50.
And 50. Wow. Breath taken away on that one.
Look at the numbers pushing down there.
Yeah.
Plenty of Bombers flooding back in, as the Tigers did in the second and early part of the third term. So Kelly's got the ball. He's going to be 40 metres out. He passes off to Featherston. He's not confident in getting the distance.
He should be within range. It'll be close.
Heavy footy. Looking for an option. I think he might just do the old 9 iron up to the top of the square. He does. Pack flies right at the back. He's been good. Excellent under pressure. Out the back trying to find Godfrey. Can't pick it up. Does now to Byrne. Chips over the top to Veering. The Bombers are away. Josh Veering looks up. Kicks it out to the middle of nowhere. Just hoping for the Bombers to get there. Boone comes out. Good feet by Grayson. Out the back to Clark. Puts it under his wing. Kicks it up to centre half forward.
Mark taken out here by Goldsmith. Would have liked to have seen a bit more of that earlier from Matty Clark there, Jack. We'll touch on that. He is a state footy representative player as Goldsmith goes towards full forward. At the back, Gribben around the corner. He's got the goal. Skip, you superstar, Gribben. He's got 2 for the day. The first goal for the quarter for the Labrador Tigers. And Jack, you never know. Margin back to 24 points.
Well, he played that smart. He just sat at the back of the pack. It's come off the back of the hands. LRKB Bartlett, snap it over the top, and thank you very much. Great goal. That's good for the Tigers. They've been very good today, and I'm sure that they want to finish off strongly here.
Gribben has his second for the day after kicking a Pattamore Meats goal of the day in the forward pocket in that first quarter. And margin back to 24 points. If they are any chance, the Tigers, they need another one right now. Just to put a little bit of pressure on this Redlands defence as Clark gets it towards the forward 50. There's Goldsmith again. A handball here to Garing. Garing within range. He was seemingly tripped. Umpire said nothing. Garing again. Featherston. Here's a go. Garing. Garing from 60, or is it Toddy? It's Toddy Featherston. I got excited there. Craig. I'll keep going. Forward pocket.
Oh.
Free kick. Free kick here to the Labrador Tigers.
Well, big chance for Labrador. They'll need to kick this one. This is a must goal for them.
This is it. This is it, Jack. This has to be kicked, you'd say.
Well, if they're any chance of winning,
If they're any chance.
You just got to kick it, and it's young Jacob Brown. This is arguably probably one of his biggest kicks in NEAFL footy. As he comes in, 25 out, 45-degree angle, hits it well, and he's kicked it. So he keeps the candle burning for the Tigers. They draw back within 18 points, 3 goals. 12-10-82, Labrador 10-4-64, and have we got a game on our hands, gentlemen?
It's been a game of momentum, hasn't it? Now the Tigers have got two in a row after the great start by Redland, so game's up for grabs. Can they get the next clearance?
Wouldn't that be exciting if the margin got back to 12 points? I think that is when I really start to boil over. That's when the head starts to explode here, Craig. If the margin gets back to 12 points, you listen to me, get up and about. Thurlow. Veering was dispossessed. He goes again, JV. Free kick. Tigers! Tigers win the free. 17 minutes in, final quarter. Margin just 18 points. It's Kayali in the middle. Tumbling ball. Mark taken here for the Tigers. Quick handball came from Ford to Doyle. Pumps him inside 50. Who can take the mark? Gribben. LRKB. Don't tell me he's had a shot on goal though. And it's out of bounds on the full, but it's in the right area of the ground, Jack.
We're in the area of opportunity, so if they can keep this ball in play and get the next one quickly.
Ball comes in, short to
Got a
right.
man up.
They'll be soaking up some time as they head out to the outer side to Jones.
Jones kicks it long. It's a beautiful kick in these conditions. Out to Reese. Touch to the umpire. Tries to play on. Clark dispossesses him. Bangs it up long, looking for Stevenson. Jones over the back does well. Chopping of the arms, though, I think the umpire's called. Stevenson with the ball. So the Tigers starting to win a bit of the momentum of the footy here, the way the game's unfolding the last. Kicks it inside 50. Bangs it up. Goldsmith's there. Wright does well from behind. Here's Featherston. Tackled high. Umpire said play on. Ball spills out the back. Pullman's got it. It's a hot footy. He's looking for options. Got nowhere to go. He just bangs it back down the line.
Just for a moment there, I thought both umpires were looking at each other, waiting for someone to call it. They weren't too sure who had the footy or who was in control of the play. That's how I felt. Brewer's got it. Margin 18 points. Tigers need the next goal. 18 minutes in, final quarter. Mark taken by Veering. Almost giving away 50 there, the Tigers.
Seem to slow it down a bit, Bombers, and just get their composure back.
And as Jack just said before, the Tigers need to man up. You just cannot allow this to happen in the final stages of a game. Rees is marked on the outer side. He pumps them long. Salter in the front spot. Showed a bit of courage there to sit under the footy. Pringle, clean pair of heels. Handball was chopped off by Clark. Can the Tigers win the footy? Free kick.
Brewer just attacked the footy with a plenty of velocity there, and he swings it out wide. It's been good in the last term. It looks to Veering. It's a good kick inside. It's a worm burner out the back. He's been good today. Upton, he's tried hard for the Tigers. Kicks inside. Grayson over his shoulder. He finds Reese. Reese out wide, finds Godfrey. It's the Bombers just trying to slow the game down a little bit. Plenty of numbers in behind for the Tigers. He just puts it up in the air. It's 1 on 3. Tigers come from behind. Numbers there now for the Bombers. Salter kicks inside. There's that man again, Boone. Good work there from the Tigers. Off the ground was Bantoff. And we've got a ball up 40 metres out from the Bombers line. Jack.
Yeah, the Tigers must stop these uncontested possessions. There's just too many of them. They're just chipping the ball around. They've got to stop that right now if there won't be any chance.
Paxman over the back. Clark's there. Cass. It's good in the second term. Ball's not going anywhere. Just spills out. In there's Salter. Gets a high one.
Too many free kicks today. Just too many free kicks. I understand you have to protect the player. I just felt that there's just too many whistles going on. Let it go, lads.
Tom Salter on the boundary line. 40 metres out. He should get the distance okay. Not a notable goal kicker. He comes in. 20 minutes gone in the last term.
Getting quite dark out
Bombers
there.
by 18. It's good contact, but it's out on the full. Tigers will get possession back.
They've got to go the length of the journey here, Jack, to be any chance.
Yes. Stuck in that bottom pocket there, so it'll be a difficult kick.
Rain continuing to fall here at Cashies Park in this round 15 clash. Redland Bombers and the Labrador Tigers. Up it goes, Thurlow. He's been good today for the Tigers, Thurlow. Kicks it out wide. Oh, it's out to Jones. Up goes Upton. Jones, good pick up from Jones. Out the back. In there go the Tigers. Brown's on the bottom of that pack again, and Kieran Daly. Daly. Bombers up by 18 points, deep into this last term.
Could be a long quarter though. We're 22 minutes in, Craig, and there's been a lot of stoppages and there's been 6 goals kicked.
Ball spills out White. He's been solid for the Tigers. Out the back to Salter, captain. Thompson's there. He's been quiet. He's good early. Wrapped up by the Tigers.
Even on that occasion, Jack, Salter didn't get the possession, but he's finding himself in the right spots. Look at him here. Well, he's running to the boundary. I think I thought he was running into an open space where the ball might go.
He's in his back. Stevens out the... Flicks it out to Garing, gets a high one. Garing plays on, looks up, bangs it inside 50, but it's all the Bombers. And Dylan Byrne takes an easy chest mark, flicks it out wide to Pullman, the left footer. Been good in defence today as the lights come on at Cashies Park. Jones drops what he should have taken. Ball spills out to Clark, he's clever, wrapped up by Pullman. The Bombers should clear through right.
Over the top. Cass. They've been gallant here, the Tigers. Even though they might not win this game, they can celebrate the 50 years of Queensland footy tonight at the Jupiter's Casino, I believe. 250 odd people are going there, Craig, and that's a fantastic event and function for the club.
Yeah, they've worked hard for a long period of time. The Tigers putting this event tonight, so to Lofty and to Steve and Jared Field and all the gang down there, hopefully it's a great, fantastic evening for the club.
Ball over the top, close to the boundary line. It's kept in play here. Just a little sneaky little goal here, you just never know. Margin is 18 points. 23 and a half minutes in final quarter. Boundary throw in. Time could beat them here though, Jack. 10-4 plays 12-10. So they've had 8 more scoring shots, but 18 points is the margin. Can they get a goal out of this, the Tigers? Thurlow. Reynolds in the ruck. Sondergaard doing the tackling. The umpire will have to come in and bounce it.
Plenty of numbers behind the ball in the Tigers. There's 2 Bombers on 6 Tigers behind the ball, so maybe they need to send them into the contest, not let Redlands get possession. Ball spills out. Goldsmith does well, kicks it over his shoulder, up forward. Oh, Zufa. Good mark from Daniel Zufa. An outstanding season for the Bombers we called earlier. Chips over the top looking for Stephen. Cuts off Byrne. He wasn't happy about it, Dylan Byrne.
Was he? He's been robbed of a stat there.
Kicks it down the line, Stephen, into the Pullman direction. He flies. Good punch from behind from Watts. A free kick to Durack. He's got the high tackle. He needs to get it on quickly. He does. 2 on 1. Oh, free kick there to Steve. Oh, actually the free kick, Gribben went early on a push to Stephen and 50 metres. So I'm not sure what the 50 metres was for.
Thought he gave the ball straight back.
Thought he did too. A couple of erratic decisions today. Generally though, they've let the play go, Matty. Stevens with the ball.
They did in the first half.
Kicks it inside 50, Pullman, hip a shoot. It's a poor kick, heavy footy, out back of Watts. Grayson gets it from behind from Boone, he's out on the full. Reese with a kick.
Good thing about the Bombers here, and Coach Seton Lonsdale can refer to this game late in the season. They were asked of something at three-quarter time, Jack. They were asked to pretty much pull their fingers out and have a crack. So when it comes to the time, maybe late in the season when they need to win, he can say, lads, I refer you to round 15 when Labrador led in heavy conditions at three-quarter time, and I revved you up and you kicked 5 or 6 goals to 2. That's a good sign for the Bombers.
Pullman comes in to kick his 45, runs out to open the angle, made good contact. Has it got the legs? It hasn't. Touched on the line. So
again, Jack, we've seen that a lot this week.
It's been great.
Today.
But you're right, the defining moments
Yes.
in that at the start of this quarter, Boone, Cass, Thompson, Pullman all stood tall when it was there to be won.
Ball comes in. Mark taken here. Stevenson, short kick to White. Oh, he's told to play on here. A little bit of a half volley. And now it's over the line and out of bounds. So 19 points to the margin. They've been gallant, the Tigers. They'll be proud tonight, celebrating 50 years of footy. They might not have got the 4 points, but their fans will be congratulating them all the same. Zufa comes in, and that is class, but he's
Post
just missed it. He has shaved the post. Good work there. Well, it's just a matter of time now, lads. We're 26 and a half minutes in final quarter.
This is Clark, chips over, looking for his brother and Adam. They've been a bit quiet today, the Clark boys. Over the top, finds Doyle. Over the top again, finds Clark. He runs with the footy. Handballs inside to his brother and Matt. Left footer, looks up. Looking for Thurlow. He's been good today for the Tigers. Plays on. Going to bang it inside 50. He's got the option there in Stevenson. He drops what he should have taken. Good pick up from Goldsmith. Looking out for Folan. Folan bangs it inside. It's a poor kick though. And Dylan Byrne, he's been solid for the Bombers today. Cross half back, a local Redland junior. That's a Brad Reese. Finds Sam Pullman.
Pullman in the back pocket. Get some of your best players in the moment, Jack, if you can give me maybe 3 from each team. Is Pullman from half back towards centre wing. Getting back there is Durack. No mark. Garing. Back to Clark. Ford. And now Boone. Boone it is. Off a step towards full forward. They've got the numbers here. 1, 2 of them. Bain it is, got the handball. Out to Pringle. A long handball to Jones. Can he kick his third? Jones for goal number 3. Dances around opponent. Runs to 45 and kicks a behind. Oh, that would have been some cream on the cake there for Tyler Jones. A minor score. Margin now 21 as we approach full time.
I thought he might have sold a second lot of candy there on the inside as he ran inside 40. He's been outstanding today, Tyler Jones, for the Bombers, so big confidence booster for him.
Clark it is that kicks it to himself and plays on. Now White to Stevenson. He's got the free kick. Approaching full time, and now White here. Great second half though, Rick White. Now Thurlow, the big fella from 55. Didn't get good purchase on that one. And Thompson is marked. And now he's got Veering. Who are your best players today, Jack?
Oh, certainly for the Tigers, I've thought Big Noble's done well on the ruck today, along with Grayson and Big Fraser Thurlow. And as I said, I think Rick White has also done a pretty good job. He's tried hard for them all day today. For the Bombers, I've liked the look of Zuffa all day. He's been good. Sam Pullman's been pretty manful at centre half back there, and Jones has been quite handy on the wing. But I thought Boone stood up when he had to in this last quarter. It's all about how do we win the game, and I thought he stuck his hand up in that start of the last quarter.
So Bain getting a pretty lucky free kick, in my opinion, on the outer side. Sondergeld's got it. He does some dancing and then kicks it towards the leading Pullman. And there it is. It's full time here at Cashies Park. Labrador 21-point winners, 12-13-85 to 10-4-64. To go through the goal kickers, Craig Miller.
For the Bombers, Brad Reese, he finished with 2, Pullman with 3, Adam Boone with 2, 1 goal in that last quarter was outstanding. Tyler Jones, he kicked 2, Pringle 1, Thompson 1, Howard 1. For the Tigers, it was Skip Gribben, he kicked 2, and Fraser Thurlow kicked 2, and 1 to Garing, White, Goldsmith, Brown, Walker, and Ford. So they battled hard today, the Tigers, but they're up against a reasonable side who are still pressing for the finals. They were challenged, and the good thing for Seton Lonsdale, Riddler, was that was a real hard-fought victory for the Bombers.
6 goals apiece since quarter time, but it was the first quarter for the Redland Bombers to set up this 21-point victory here today. Thank you very much to Dean Davis Productions, Jack Barry, Craig Miller, and yours truly, Matt Ridley, bidding you farewell here at Cashies Park. The Redland Bombers win the round 15 battle by 21 points.